He's gonna have to find talent somewhere else. And Tyler was trying to coach me down because he said that she was way out of my league. He's still right, by the way. I mean, my wife is the best person ever, and she's a patriot. She's a believer. We don't want to have to be accountable to God when this life passes. And he asks, why did you not trust in me and not fight evil? For young people out there, if you want to find meaning, find something worth taking responsibility for.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey, but right
It's
now,
just getting started.
yeah, grateful for you.
Thanks for joining the Charlie Church.
You're welcome. We should do this more often. He was 18. No money, no map, only a call from God.
My political journey was in the midst of the Obama craze in Chicago. As someone who is generally conservative, I realized this generation, millennials, is going to be the most progressive generation in history. If we don't do something about this. We're planning to about 15 campuses, and we're growing very, very quickly. And keep in mind, this is not just a pledge in the pan movement, but we're going to be to an institution to give them the power and the confidence to stand up and let their voice be heard. I was 18, no idea what I was doing, no connections, no money, unlimited energy, enthusiasm, and I actually thought this was possible, which was kind of crazy to think about it. Bill was one of the first people to believe in us at Turning Point USA and believe in me. After he heard me speak, he said, "You can't go to college." I said,
Who's
"Who
coming
are
in
you?"
the driveway?
Exactly. He said, "Whatever you're doing, it's going to be bigger." He said, "You're going to start a youth organization that's going to catch the whole world on fire."
Only in America can a young man with a dream change the world.
So starting in that garage in Lamont, Illinois, that Bill had for us at 217 and a half Illinois Street, and growing from that forward was a battle. So the first year, we raised $20,000, which at the time was an unbelievable amount of money, right? We didn't have an office, we didn't have a staff. It was just me just traveling the country doing this pure grit, pure energy. And I was driven by core ideas and core principles that we should be thankful, not angry, to live in this country. Would you agree? We should be thankful. We should be kissing the ground and say we are the luckiest human beings ever to exist, that we are able to live in this country at this time. America is the greatest country ever to exist. Period. Bar none. Is the greatest country ever to exist. Right?
He loved debate because he loved the truth and the people on the other side of the table because they all were made in God's image.
So I go to college campuses and there's a lot of error. We're all sinners. We all live in error. We as Christians are called to go into the public arena to correct error with truth. I'm far more interested in what God wants of me than what I want from God. I have the greatest job in the world. I couldn't be happier every day. I feel as if what I'm saying, what I'm doing is making a difference. To be perfectly honest, I love the debate. I is the way that you should configure your life. Getting married and having children is a difficult but deep decision that I hope every single one of you make at some point in your life. Because for every single one of you, there are a couple thousand students that wish they could speak out like you do. And courage is a choice. It takes no skill to be courageous. You might come up to the microphone and say, Charlie, I don't know my talent, I don't know my skill. The cool thing about being courageous is you just have to say, I choose to be courageous. What can I do to save the country? You answer that question every single day because you are doing the work to save this beautiful republic. You are doing something that is bigger than you.
He loved this country. He fought for this country. Now we all live to honor his fight.
What young people especially are screaming at is they say, give me a structure that I can live my life by. And especially with young men, more challenging of them. More saying, you know what? Honestly, I'm not going to talk down to you. Stop being a boy and become a man. You want to learn what that means? Come to church and I'll tell you what it means to become a man. Because we have the greatest story ever told. If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered for courage, for my faith. That would be the most important. The most important thing is my faith in my life. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that.
He ran the race well. I love you, Charlie. On behalf of our family and everyone you touched with your love, thank you.
Please welcome to the stage, Sergio Gore.
Who's coming in the driveway?
Good afternoon. Charlie Kirk was one of my best friends. The world of politics can be full of transactional people. Charlie wasn't one of them. He was the polar opposite. He loved life, and he loved the people in his life. Charlie led with his faith and fought with his heart. One of the things I will miss the most is receiving a text every morning from Charlie with a daily Bible verse. Charlie would help set the tone of the day for so many of us. He loved Jesus future of America, and he was ultimately killed because of it. I want to share with you the personal side of Charlie. Charlie was funny. Charlie cared deeply about others. Charlie looked forward to the next adventure. For over a decade, we created countless memories. From hunting alligators in Louisiana, to eating seal in Greenland, to countless nights on the patio Mar-a-Lago as President Trump played Phantom of the Opera. When President Trump started talking about the importance of Greenland to our national security, Charlie was one of the first people who thought it would be a great idea to visit. He was also one of the first to fall in the snow upon arrival. But without a beat, Charlie got up and continued onwards with a smile. No matter what, Charlie always marched forward. He embodied the MAGA warrior, never backing down. Charlie was all Trump. When the president had an idea, no matter how big it was, Charlie was always willing to make it happen. One time, on a trip to Louisiana, Charlie forced the group to leave early and fly to New York City. He had to rush and get to Fox News for an interview with Judge Janine. When we arrived in New York, it turned out Janine wasn't even in New York. She was filming remotely. The real reason Charlie was in a hurry, he had dinner plans with the woman who would become the love of his life and the mother of his two beautiful children. Erica, we love you, we support you, and we will always be here for you. After we won the last election, the presidential transition kicked into high gear. Charlie knew the importance of hiring loyal patriots for this administration, and Charlie worked every single day to ensure we got the very best of them in the door. Countless individuals are currently key roles across our government because of Charlie Kirk. Today, I want to ask every person in this arena and the millions more watching around the world, will you make sure that we continue to build upon what Charlie Kirk started? I want to ask each and every one of you today, if you believe in America, stand up. If you believe Charlie Kirk represented the best of us, stand up.
Who's coming in the driveway?
If you believe in the power of Charlie Kirk, his mission, his courage, his conviction, stand up. Charlie, we miss you. We love you. We wish you were here with us today. We will never forget you. Rest in peace, my brother.
Please welcome to the stage Stephen Miller.
Into
And our enemies cannot comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve, our passion, our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. Our ancestors built the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry. Erica stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up cities, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk.
Who's
And
coming
now
in the driveway?
millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us, you cannot slow us, you cannot stop us, you cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. Because our children are strong, and our grandchildren will be strong, and our children's children's children will be strong. And what will you leave behind? Nothing. Nothing. To our enemies, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to share but bitterness. We have beauty, we have light, we have goodness, we have determination, we have vision, we have strength. We built the world that we inhabit now, generation by generation, and we will defend this world. We will defend goodness, we will defend light, we will defend virtue. You cannot terrify us, you cannot frighten us, you cannot threaten us, because we are on the side of goodness, we are on the side of God. And to my friend Charlie, to my brother Charlie, I know you are looking at us right now. I know you're watching Erica right now. I know you're watching your children right now. And I promise you, my friend, I promise you, my brother, we will prove worthy of your sacrifice. We will prove worthy of your time on earth. We will make you proud. We will finish the job. We will defeat the forces of darkness and evil. And we will stand every day for what is true, what is beautiful, what is good. And we will achieve victory for our children, for our families, for our civilization, and for every patriot who stands with us. God bless you. God bless Turning Point. God bless Erica. God bless the Kirk family. God bless our heroes. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Please welcome to the stage Susan Wiles.
2024 campaign partnered with Turning Point. Charlie did not just promise, he delivered. Charlie and his team embraced the assigned mission completely, and they didn't meet expectations. They shattered them and blew them out of the water. President Trump's victory, winning the popular vote in every swing state, was powered by young people, most brand new to politics. That was Charlie's army, and he made sure they understood the stakes. They outworked, they out-hustled, and outperformed everyone else. Charlie just didn't help, he made the winning difference. I promise you that. And I believe Charlie is still urging us on, urging us not to sit back, not to be quiet, but to carry on his mission forward, loudly, proudly, and with the same conviction he showed. So I ask you, let us honor Charlie in the best way possible, by continuing his work, by building on the foundation he laid, and by making sure this generation knows that this movement is their home. May God bless Erica and their beautiful children, and may He hold them in the palm of His hands always.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson.
Oh, that made me emotional. Made me emotional to see that. Susie Wiles had tears in her eyes. Which you don't often see in politics, but it's real. This is the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever seen. And I don't. Whatever happens next in America, I hope it's in this direction, because God is here and you can feel it. Charlie would have loved this, not just because he loved large groups of people, but because ultimately he was a Christian evangelist. And it actually reminds me of my favorite story ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, and Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power. And he starts doing the worst thing you can do, which is telling the truth about people. And they hate it. And they just go bonkers. They hate it. And they become obsessed with making him stop. This guy's got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us. We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with a great idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Everything is inverted, and the Beatitudes tell it, I think, the most crisp way. Everything is sort of the opposite of what you think it's going to be. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That's true, and you can feel it here.
Who's
The
coming
thing
in the
about Charlie's
driveway?
message, I thought a lot about it, and I'm trying not to be emotional because, in addition to everything else, he was a wonderful man and a decent man, and one of those rare people you meet who you just groove with in conversation and have these very intense conversations that you don't stop thinking about, which is my experience with him. But the main thing about Charlie and his message, he was bringing the gospel